What up? What up? What up? What up? It's your man Noah, man. We back with SNT podcast, man. It's Wednesday. Y'all know what we do on Wednesdays, man. We got to talk basketball. There's a lot of going on in the NBA. I got some good basketball minds with me. Always a pleasure to have the big commish with us. We got Coach C Mac with us, and of course we got my brother AC. This is Sit and Talk podcast. This is the intersection of sports and culture. Make sure you're tapped into everything we got going on. Check us out on Facebook where this whole thing began. Check us out over on Clubhouse. Shout out to G, best moderator on the app. Make sure you check us out on talksports.com, SNT Sports across all social media platforms. See what's going on the YouTube. Make sure you get involved in the group, man. You see where this thing really began. For sure, holla at Commish, man. Get your merch. Support the gang, man. You know what we got going on over here. Fellas, a lot of NBA news, man. We got a lot of all-time greats making comments that are stirring up some conversations. We've got tension. We've got the midway point. We've got trades coming up. And Rich Paul spoke with Daryl Morey over in Philly today. What they discussed has not been released, but it's always interesting with that saga to see more developments. What happens from here moving forward, fellas, with that situation in Philly? Again, Rich Paul spoke with Daryl Morey, GM of Philadelphia 76ers. And, of course, Rich Paul is Ben Simmons' agent. So, fellas, where do you foresee this situation going with Ben over in Philly? Commish, talk to me, man.
Well, I mean, I think Dame's on his way to have surgery, so I think that would have been the best move to get him up out of there and get homie up out of Philly. But I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with that situation. Like, I don't know if they, just is he getting paid while he's out?
He wasn't getting paid. I don't know if that's changed.
He's missed out on He's missed out on about $10 million so far this season.
Yeah, it's tough to call that situation. I kind of actually forgot about it, man, because Philly's been rocking without him, And if they get another piece for him, man, like something needs to happen. Honestly, something needs to happen. Move him, make a move, something. I can't call it. Send him to Sacramento, get Buddy Hield and the kid Tyler Halliburton, whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually forgot about that situation because when you're winning, you kind of don't. You don't look at the negative situations that's going on in the organization, really. So, but something really needs to happen with that situation because you don't want them to make a move too late. If they do, they need to make a move early if they're going to build some chemistry with whoever they're going to bring in.
Right.
But
trade deadline's coming up, so the pressure is on. It's not even really. Oh, we lost Commish for a second. He'll be back with us. Perfect timing though. We're gonna move over to AC. AC. Rich Paul met with Daryl Morey today. What they spoke about hasn't been disclosed yet. What are you making of this situation? Do you see it coming to an end soon, or how do you see it playing out?
I see it coming to an end if Rich Paul relents. I think that this is beyond just the 76ers. I definitely think the NBA has stepped in. We know that Rich Paul and LeBron have tried to manipulate the entire league and take over. If this was just a team thing, this would have been resolved a long time ago. Because and then you saw them try to be slick and to get this dude paid and try to say it was a mental health issue. Mm-hmm. And especially in today's climate, they threw out the mental health, buzzword, and everyone went, get the fuck out of here. Like you can't use that here.
Look for that.
Yeah. It's like, it ain't mental health. So I think as soon as that happened, and just like DC said, most people have forgotten about it. What Rich Paul needed was for Philly to lose and just look awful and need somebody like a Ben Simmons in. And once that didn't happen, and then you have people forgetting about it, now they're stuck. So if it's resolved, that means he's relenting. And like I said, I don't think this is his Daryl Morey. He doesn't have the power to keep a max player just sitting on the sideline like this. It's the NBA that said, yeah, enough is enough. And once they relent, then it will be resolved.
Okay, that's an interesting take. Definitely an interesting take. I'm gonna dig into that a little more. Check to see if there's any more validity to that. But a very interesting point. Welcome, my brother AD.
Hey, what's up, Anthony?
It's really it's tough to talk basketball without AD. So I'm glad my guy's here. AD, we just getting involved, man. Rich Paul met with Daryl Morey this morning. Of course, there's an ongoing saga, the Ben Simmons saga going on in Philly. We're trying to see where this goes. We're trying to see maybe, of course, none of the information has been released from the meeting, but trade deadline's approaching, And I guess it's a good sign to see Rich meeting with Sixers brass. So we just spinning the mic real quick, just getting fellas' takes on one. What does this situation play out to be, and are we close to getting some kind of resolution? C-Mac, let me hear from you, and then AD.
Okay, so when I heard about it, I had a couple of moles, whether or not, So here's the deal. Here's what's going to happen. They're going to come out. The players are going to come out and say they're going to welcome back Ben Simmons with open arms. I think what I heard, and it could be false because, I think this is a trustworthy source. What I did hear was that it was Rich Paul wanted to check the climate for Ben Simmons because there is some, like AC said, there's some pressure on him to not, and the Sixers to not set a precedence for players sitting out because that could lead to a bunch of bullshit down the road.
It will lead to a bunch of bullshit.
Yes. Oh, tons of bullshit, right? So the players are going to come out and be like, we're going to welcome back Ben Simmons with open arms. He's our brother. Embiid has to come out to say that if the players came out,
Embiid's not doing
it.
Embiid's not doing that.
He's not doing it because he's
he might have to. He's in the union. They might force him to say.
They might make him do it. They can't force him to do that. Players are going to come out.
Yeah, they can.
We want Ben Simmons back. We love Ben. He is our brother, the whole nine. And Ben Simmons, by February, will be playing for Philly.
So they can force Embiid to say some shit he don't believe.
Oh yeah.
They can decertify him. They can take him out the union if he fucks up the union interest. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
But DC can also decline talking too. Like I don't want to talk about that matter.
That would be the simplest way to answer it. But they can also make him, say something for the union.
Nothing is legit.
I get that, but if he doesn't believe in this shit, then
but as a leader of the team, you see, if he doesn't say it, then it doesn't make sense for anyone else to say it.
Doesn't make sense.
I agree with that.
Steph Curry already said it.
Steph already
said it on all the smoke.
So what?
He was like, "Welcome back." That's a low-key good episode too. Shout out to all the smoke.
Oh, he said Seth said it.
Seth.
AD, talk to us, brother. How's this situation pan out, man? How do you see this ending, and when do you see it ending?
Shit.
Yeah, exactly. Shit.
A little bit by All-Star break, which February. I see Ben Simmons suiting up.
For Philly.
I don't really see if they was going to trade him, they should have been trading him. You know what I mean? So I don't really see them trading him. I see the scenario that C-Mac is saying more likely to happen is the team welcoming him with open arms. I agree with you, big bro DC, that Embiid's not going to be like, yo, I love Ben Simmons. I want him to play. But
he's already publicly thrown him under the bus.
Right. But like when like the team comes out, like he'll probably be there, you know what I mean, to support the team, but he don't have to say it, you know what I mean? So
my thing is my point to that is even if he takes the other road and doesn't say nothing, that's still the leader, not that's still just as
if he says nothing, then it looks bad, and that's where the union comes in. So like Corey said,
to work, Embiid has to buy in. If Embiid doesn't buy in, the whole thing is shit.
He doesn't have to buy in. He just has to tell everybody he is.
Exactly.
You can't set a precedent with a player sitting out for a whole year and losing money on a guaranteed contract. You can't set that because down the road, say the Celtics get mad at Jason Tatum, and Jason Tatum's like, "No, I want to be traded. I'm sitting out." Celtics say, "Fuck you, we ain't paying you."
It devalues their ability to bargain.
Yep.
Right. And it's going to get even spookier because I think AC touched on it in terms of the buzzword, man. Mental health is just like your get out of jail free card. Anything that you're not willing to do, anything that you don't want to do, anything you're not tough enough or strong enough to do, you just try out for mental health and they're going to give you a package. So,
I think Ben Simmons has a mental health problem when it comes. He has an anxiety problem because any man that could shoot that doesn't want to shoot like that, there's something wrong with him.
It's been called the yips. You can't say that because that happens in sports all the time. Remember Ricky and Keel forgot how to pitch. Chuck Knobloch couldn't throw to first base from second. It happens. People, you can't call that a mental health thing when that's part of your job. That's ridiculous.
No, I think honestly, I truly just think Ben Simmons is really just spoiled.
Oh yeah, he's a brat.
No,
All right.
no. He's been giving everything his whole
He's really
life.
spoiled.
Well, he's a
Yeah.
spoiled
Kid,
Aussie.
though.
He's a spoiled Aussie.
What school did he go to? He went to LSU. And I've
LSU.
said this many times. When you have a top player like a Markelle Fultz, like a Ben Simmons, that picks these lower level teams out of the way and not the tough team, they do that because they're soft. Not no top player that's been recruited picks a whack ass school.
Or that school just gave him the biggest bag.
No,
No.
There's no way that they outpaid
They
hired somebody from Ben Simmons' camp, bro.
They hired his godfather.
Yeah.
Anybody's godfather could have been hired at Duke and get. You remember Chris Duhon? Duke openly moved his whole freaking family from Louisiana to Duke. There's no way LSU outbid top.
Yo, I'm a Dookie. We do illegal shit. Jay Will has a built-in home when he was living on when he was going to Duke. He has a built-in crib at Duke University. They try to hide it and said that because his mom's a lawyer or his father's a lawyer and his mom's a doctor. They try to hide it. But we all know y'all paid for it.
Rob Gronkowski had all gym classes.
Thank you.
Well, he went to Arizona State. That don't count. That's not a real school. But the rest, the other places,
bro,
yeah. He went to Arizona. That's not a real school.
Ohio State, Urban Meyer's grabbed me like that too. A bunch of them, they never left the house and got all A's.
Yeah, that's different. But LSU didn't outbid Duke and Kentucky. Those guys, and like you can go through the players. So they're top recruits. When you're number one recruit, and then there's the opposite. There's a Dame Lillard who wasn't highly recruited, and then he comes out of a smaller school. But the guys who are number one and they choose these shitty schools, they never excel in the NBA because they're soft to begin with. They don't want the pressure, and you can tell right away.
Fair points, AC. Fair points for sure. Fellas, man, we got some controversy going on, man. I know we have been talking about it for a long time. I've mentioned it in the group a long time ago. But it looks like it's making it to the media. It looks like it's making it to these specific players. It's being talked about. It's on the platforms. Here we are at SNT talking about it on the podcast. Are we ready to divorce Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum?
Been ready.
I want to hear.
It don't work.
I want to hear from AC first. AC, are we annulling this marriage?
I would if I can get proper picks, or if I can get
not a player.
Yeah, I don't want to play. I don't think a player, depending on who you take. I would have taken, actually, even though he's from Kentucky, I would have traded for De'Aaron Fox and put him with these two guys. But it's clear that Brown and Tatum have some issue. The last couple of games, I do like that they finally freaking responded to it. Because remember at the beginning of the year, they were like, oh, no, we don't have a problem. And they tried to lie. And everybody knew that it wasn't working.
And it was a real bad lie.
Right. It was horrible. But over the last week, because I think they know, too, that this shit ain't working. When you're under 500 for 2 years now and you're two of the better young players in the league, there's no real excuse. Scal did make a good point because one of the things that I pointed out was that I think Brown had assisted on Tatum's baskets, I think 3 assists, or it was under 11 assists, something like that. I think he had 3 and Tatum had 8 to Brown. And Scal did make a good point about that. He's like, well, when Brown is driving to the basket, teams are not going to leave Jason Tatum open. So he's not going to have as many opportunities to pass when he is driving. But anybody who's watching the games and watching the Celtics day-to-day, game-to-game, can see that both of them are redundant. To where Tatum, we all have acknowledged now that Tatum is not a lead guy in terms of personality. He's not going to be the vocal guy. He's not going to be like, come on, look, guys, let's go. And I've always likened it to Paul Pierce and Antoine Walker. Paul Pierce was the better player from the moment that he stepped on the court. But Antoine Walker was the leader of the team. Like we all remember 2003 or 2002 Jersey when Walker was yelling. Yeah, the Jersey comeback when Walker was yelling at him. I really think that if you keep Brown and Tatum, you need a veteran. It doesn't have to be Bradley Beal, which I don't think would work. I don't want him on his team. But if you had a Kyle Lowry on this team, if you had somebody like that who doesn't have to answer the tough questions for Tatum, because by default people are going to go to Tatum because he's the best player, then it would work. Without that, you got to trade one of them. And I used to be trade Brown. I'm fine with either one. Fine with either one. If you can trade Tatum for somebody in terms of Tatum's mode and who's a leader, and you let Brown be the leading scorer, I'm fine with that too. But this right now, unless they play the way that they've played the last 3 games where they finally admitted that they have to do something different, then get rid of them. Do it. Do it right away.
Good points. Good points. AD, are we divorcing this marriage? Still pretty early in the marriage, but are we divorcing these two star players?
Like I've been said, get rid of Jaylen Brown.
So get rid of Brown is the answer, you believe, not either one of them.
I said get rid of Jaylen Brown.
Copy. Why?
I just think that even though I think Jason Tatum's better than Jaylen Brown, I think you could get more for Jaylen Brown because he presents a little bit more like defensively, like he's more to the trading block eye. Huh? What'd you say, DC?
It doesn't really. As far as getting more trade wise assets and all that for, you think you can get more for Jaylen than Tatum?
I just
in a trade.
I would. Go ahead, AD. Sorry.
It's like I told you. I think Jason Tatum's better than Jaylen Brown.
Right.
But no, for me, if I'm a GM, I think Jason Tatum has more scoring ability. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And can cause more havoc on defenses than Jaylen Brown. I think Jaylen Brown has reached his ceiling, and it's like offensively. You know what I mean? And like I tip my hat off to him because I never seen him being a 20-point scorer. You know what I mean? I always thought Jaylen Brown was going to be like a 16-point scorer.
I agree with that. Yep.
Play defense, a 3D guy. You know what I mean? He'll be able to do a little bit of everything. But now since he know he can score, and it's the league looks at what you've done for me lately. Like his jump is more impressive than Jason Tatum recently. So that's why I said that. Like
I was gonna agree to that, AD. I was gonna agree to that in terms of I think we've seen Tatum's ceiling, just in terms of what we know about his personality, what we know about his work ethic. I think we've seen his ceiling, and I don't know if we've seen Jaylen Brown's. I don't believe we have. So my thinking says trade Tatum. Trade Tatum because I believe Tatum can replicate more of what I think Brown can replicate more of what Tatum does than Tatum can replicate more of what Brown does. I think if Tatum isn't there, Brown can easily become that lead dog in terms of scoring the ball. We've seen flashes of it. When he doesn't have that other person if he doesn't have another guy on the court taking the most shots on the floor, I think that does a lot for Jaylen Brown's stock. And I do believe you can get more for Jason Tatum, just naturally. I mean, Jason Tatum's contract is bigger.
Definitely.
So when you're moving Jason Tatum with a bigger contract, you're naturally going to attract bigger fish. So I think if the Celtics were going to do it, I think Jason Tatum would be the person to trade. I know it sounds crazy because these dudes are still relatively young. These dudes are your prototypical.
No, it's not crazy. It's not crazy at all.
I mean, I'm saying it's crazy that it can't work, and I've been on record saying that it can't work for a long time, for years now, simply because they don't complement each other well. And in order to have a two-star tandem like that, they've got to play off of each other. And to what AC said in terms of Scal saying that when Jaylen Brown is driving, it's not really feasible or tangible to dish it out to Tatum because Tatum's not going to be wide open. But even still, even in a half-court set, I still expect to see a lot more fluidity with the ball because you've got prolific scorers. So whether it's not just driving kicks or whether it's just a flow of the natural offense, even in the half-court set, you want to see more fluidity with that ball when you have two talents like that because we've seen it. We've seen two guys be on the floor and play really well because their games complement each other. I mean, we'll use a famous one. We've seen Pippen and Jordan do it, where their games were able to complement one another and not take away from one another. I feel like Brown and Tatum take away from each other when they're on the floor simultaneously. DC, I know you'll keep it short and sweet for me. Time to divorce?
Of course, it's been time to divorce. That whole team should have been broken up. They won't work out. I don't care who comes into that locker room and talks to them. It's not going to work for them two. Their games don't complement each other. Bill Russell, no one can come into that locker room and make it work for them.
The spirit of Kobe can't do it.
So before they waste any more time or whatever the situation is, like make a move because I know a lot of fans don't want to see that talent broken up, but they don't mix. Just like Dame and CJ don't mix. It's just not going to work over there.
Right.
You got, as much as they want to act like they're cool, and then they probably are. You know what I mean? Like personally, they probably are pretty cool, but they're two alphas, and the organization pretty much.
I don't think they're two alphas.
Thank you.
Let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase it.
Alpha talents, DC. They're alpha talents.
Let me rephrase it. They're two alphas in their minds. In
There
their
you go.
minds, they are two alphas. That's a fact. And that's what's wrong with what's going on over there, is the fact that the organization gave the keys to Jason already. And it's not even like a smack in the face to Brown, but I can promise you with his ego, that's kind of how he's looking at that shit.
Right. Absolutely.
So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, break it up. It's not going to work with them two. It's tough, man, with them two, because with Jason Tatum, I don't think he's going to get too much better. Honestly, He's just going to get more polished.
Right.
He's not really going to get too much better.
Right.
And if he's not going to be vocal, he don't need to be the leader. I don't care how much game he got.
Real quick, DC. So who do you move, Brown or Tatum?
Honestly, it would depend on the office. I would. There'd be certain nights I'd be like, damn, I'll trade Brown. Then there'd be certain nights like I'll trade Tatum.
Right.
Tatum does a lot of dumb shit on the court. So I think Brown can score with him. I think Tatum's a better scorer, but
take a look at the help section.
Then neither one of them is going to really be averaging 35 points. So it's like Tatum, Jason, Jalen can average what he can average. But if I had to move one, I would move Brown.
Hey,
DC, what do you want for Brown? You want pictures?
It depends on the office though, man. Because I wouldn't want Fox over there with.
I don't, but I thought of a different one. I want to throw out when you're done.
I don't like that.
We're gonna let C-Mac go. I need to hear from C-Mac. Coach Corey McCarthy, state champion 100 times. C-Mac, who are you moving? First of all, do you agree that this marriage has come to an end?
I do.
Okay.
I have scenarios. I have scenarios for both of them, right? So y'all gonna be mad at me. Y'all Celtics fans gonna be mad at me. But Jaylen Brown I've never heard a coach or somebody else come out and say Jaylen Brown makes them better. I've heard people say Tatum, when he's on, is able to dime, able to play make, all that shit. Jaylen Brown, to me, is a much better Ricky Davis in his best year playing defense. And Ricky Davis averaged 21 year, right? In 2000 through 2003. Jaylen Brown, to me, is a better version of Ricky Davis that plays defense. That's it. Jaylen Brown does not pass. He does not play make.
I don't agree.
He doesn't have multiple. Jason Tatum at his best will get you 12 rebounds.
Brown's smarter.
This is the first time. This is the first time that Jaylen Brown has ever gotten 15 rebounds in a game. Right? I get Jaylen Brown out of here. Now, here's my trade scenarios. If I am the Celtics and I want to trade Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, I'm trading him to Denver. I'm getting Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon. Right? If helps.
Oh God, no.
Right? I'm getting Jamal Murray. That's what I'm doing. Maybe Monte. Y'all think it's crazy?
No, keep going, man. I'm just laughing.
Tatum and fucking Jokic will take care of that motherfucker, right?
But you're thinking about Denver. Like we want to know like how the Celtics are gonna benefit.
Oh my God! If Jamal Murray's, I'm assuming Jamal Murray.
A nucleus of Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon, that works.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
That works.
A Kentucky player doesn't work in Boston.
Here we go. Anyway,
stop.
My next scenario: if I'm the Celtics, I'm trading Jaylen Brown for Pascal Siakam.
I knew you was gonna say
Somebody
that.
else,
I knew you was
right?
gonna say
And
that.
the reason that I'm doing that, because Pascal Siakam does not, he could play make, he could post, he doesn't
have
mind
an
being
ego.
a beta, but he will get you some shit and he will defend. He's a better, to me, he's a better, more versatile defender. I am getting Jaylen Brown out of here. I'm getting Pascal, or I'm asking for OG or somebody like that.
Ooh.
Right?
No.
Wait, hold on. You get OG and Pascal with Tatum? But yo, bro, your wings ain't getting shit.
Fuck with OG.
Yeah, OG's a dog on that wing.
OG's a dog, bro. So
I mean that was
scenarios, because I know it worked. The Denver shit definitely works, right? For me,
I agree.
And then the Toronto shit, everybody wins because now you have Jaylen Brown, a young Scotty Barnes, Boucher, Fred VanVleet, who's fucking killing everybody. Like, it's a win-win for me. In my
That
mind.
still don't work.
And OG's still there. And OG's still there.
OG's possibly still there.
Mm-hmm.
Who's running the team now?
For who?
Boston.
If Brown goes there,
No,
Brown ain't
no.
running the team. The motherfucker can't.
Nobody was running the team. Nigga, they got that nigga Acme Smart at the one. They fucked up.
Yeah, let me.
Send him to Indiana for Sabonis and Brogdon.
No, redundant. Who I'm doing, and one of the things I forgot to throw out there was I want to ask you guys, because I would do this trade, whether it's Tatum or Brown. I'm going to ask for a little bit more if it's Tatum, but I would go to Orlando. I go to Orlando and say
Bamba and who else?
He's talking Bamba. I know where he's going.
No, I'm talking Jalen Suggs. I'm talking Banchero this year because they're in a position to get him, and maybe a future pick, Jaylen Brown, and whatever you have to do to make the money, or you say John.
You got to get Wagner if you're trading.
No, or you say Jonathan Isaac, a distressed asset who's hurt all the time, and you talk about that. That's where I would go. Or you go to Houston and you ask for the young boy and picks for Jaylen Brown. What's it?
Jalen,
the dunker. I'm not a fan of his, but I think it would work with that.
Fuck no,
not gonna happen.
But I would go to Orlando and I'll ask you guys because I'm looking for that Banchero pick, and I think that will work with a lineup of Suggs to bring the ball up. You put Marcus Smart on the bench where he belongs, and you have Suggs and whatever, two guard you want to throw in there, or you let Marcus Smart start at two, whatever.
Yo, that team is fucking chips, AC.
Why do you think that? Why?
Fucking Jalen Suggs at my one.
Yes.
Fucking, no.
Orlando, they got a lot of talent, man. They're just really young.
I know they got talent, but that's why you heard the first name I said.
Yo,
and you said it too. You're like Bomba, like that.
Whoever's in position for Paulo, they're not giving that kid up, man.
He's not a franchise altering player. He's a good player, but he's not a franchise altering player. So if I have that number one pick and you're telling me I can trade him for Jaylen Brown and I'm Orlando and I need to put asses in the seat and whatnot, I'd listen. Why wouldn't you listen on that?
You don't want to go see no fucking Jaylen Brown.
No, we don't see the rest of the league rates Jaylen Brown higher than Bostonians rate Jaylen Brown. I know, without question. Like everybody else thinks Jaylen Brown is like untouchable and is incredible because they Google and they see 25 points a game. They don't see the 3 or 4 missed layups a game. They don't see the non-passing. They don't see that he should be one of the better defenders in the league, and he's just not. They don't see that on a game-to-game basis.
His shit is disgusting. How he
right, and so there's a lot of people like we're about to talk about later with the Google NBA fan who sees Jaylen Brown at 25 points a game, and they rate him
second option.
Right, and they rate him as a Superman, and we all know that he's not.
Ricky Davis.
No,
I think he's better than that, but he is not.
I say he's a better Ricky Davis that plays defense. That's all.
No.
Ricky Davis yelled at LeBron and said he's better. Come on, like Ricky Davis is like LeBron. What are you doing? I'm the leader.
Ricky Davis is playing in the 10K tournament in the hood.
He was at Madison Park. They threw him a jersey. I was there. They threw him a jersey. It was like, "Yo, you want to run?" He
with
said,
the white forces on.
"Yeah." He was like, "Yeah, oh, you were there."
Yeah, he was killing niggas on dogs.
He was like, "Oh, you want to run? Yeah, I'll run."
He's a career 14-point scorer in the NBA. He had a 22.
He fucked the whole chemistry up of that team.
He sure did. That's why that nigga Monty got that nigga out of here.
No, they fucking benched Jamal Kamal for that nigga. Like, nah.
I know.
Nah.
So
I was standing right
fellas,
next to Ricky Davis and Delonte West.
Delonte was fucking
like
hooping.
all kind of ganja.
How long ago was that? How many years ago was that?
That was right next to me.
Hell no. You said 5? Hell no.
That was way more than 5 years.
Longer than 10 years ago.
DC.
That was longer than 10 years ago.
Yeah,
DC.
It's probably 2008. I think it's around 2008.
I was still
No, it's
playing
not.
basketball, so it was a while ago.
I'm gonna
It
tell
had
you
to
what
be
year it
before
was.
that.
mid 2000s.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what year it was. It was 2009 because the year after I played in that shit for the first time.
I was still.
That's how I remember that shit.
Are you sure? Because
yeah.
I think I stopped playing like seriously even before then. I can't remember when I stopped playing and switched to soccer full time. I can't
It might have
remember.
been longer.
Yeah, I think it was longer.
I know
before that.
Kamal should
I
have
think
never
it's
came
around
off.
2008.
I mean, AD said he played in it the next year, so I'm gonna trust
the very next year. DC was at that one too at Madison. When we lost the tune.
Whatever year it was, shut up.
Michael's crazy.
But we moving forward, man, because I've been dying to talk about this. I have been dying to talk about this. Man, who saw John Morant almost jump into outer space?
Yeah, I see
The block?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's get to this real quick.
I was just watching that. Yeah.
I put him in the top 5 last year, and people didn't want to listen to that.
DC, slow down, brother. Slow down. We're gonna get to John Morant, but I want to talk about this block real quick. They started almost immediately. They started asking, does this block belong in some of the greatest blocks we've ever seen? I just want to spin the mic real quick. Where did that John Morant block rank in your all-time blocks? Now, I don't really. The LeBron block on Iggy in the finals, that's like the emeritus block. We don't even got to consider that because all the implications. The end of the finals, Game 7, we ain't even going to really get into that. But outside of that, is that John Morant block a top 5 block ever for y'all?
I got it at 3.
3 all time. Okay, C-Mac.
LeBron, the fucking Kareem shit when he snatched Wilt shit out the air, and then I'll go with the Josh shit. The Josh shit was just because
I don't think about blocks too often. So
it was the guard. It was the guard doing it, right? It was a guard. It was a point guard doing it.
Bro,
right?
His whole torso was on the glass.
Yeah, top 3.
His whole torso hit the glass.
2 hands. Top 3, 2 hands. And then obviously y'all there's a horizontal Russell block.
It's definitely up there
as well. Y'all seen the horizontal shit that
Right,
Russell.
but there's I was about to say that one. There's a Bill Russell one where he jumps over.
Yeah, that's
he jumps over somebody.
Bill
block
Russell,
the ball. Yeah.
He's horizontal, bro.
Yeah.
He's over his own teammate to get a block.
Yeah, I seen that.
And guess what? I want to point out too that's a player that DC says could not play in today's game.
Who? What player?
You, Bill Russell.
What player?
1960s player.
Playing today?
1960s player. You said no 1960s player.
Nah, man. When he was saying that, man, he was referring to all those fucking pilgrims and shit. Like,
Bill Russell can play in today's game.
He can play today. He'll just be Chris Boucher.
Bill Russell.
Oh, please.
He'll be Ben Wallace today.
Fellas, so
nothing wrong with that.
So we're gonna stick with the kid who almost threw himself through the backboard. John Morant,
Zion's block was better. The one where he blocked the kid's 3-point shot. That was better.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I'm not giving him that because
that was amazing.
John being a guard.
That's the best block I've seen.
He looked like a refrigerator.
He
looked like a refrigerator 6 feet in the air. That was unbelievable.
Yeah, he's a refrigerator right now. He's in the refrigerator right now.
So, fellas, from the block to the blocker, John Morant has Memphis at a 10-game win streak. I believe it's their longest win streak in a very, very, very long time. Memphis is making a lot of noise. Memphis is handling teams out in California. Obviously, the Lakers are not full strength, but they still won in a pretty convincing fashion. And then they go up to Golden State. They were not in Golden State. They were in Memphis, and they beat Steph. They beat Steph.
And they beat the Clippers.
And they beat the Clippers. Granted. No Draymond, but we're gonna count this a dub anyway. It's a dub anyway, fellas. Does John Morant deserve some MVP talk?
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
Right off the rip, DC.
Yeah.
Why, DC? Why no? You helped us out. It's a 3-man race. I like that. I like that that criteria. So Ja's not there. Ja's not in the top 3.
Nah.
Okay.
As much as he's doing, nah.
So let's say he continues this pace, and let's say Memphis is the top 2, maybe 3 seed in the West, and they have winning records against Golden State, and they've got winning records.
He's there, bro. He's there, bro.
You have to consider him then.
Okay.
Top 2 or 3. Absolutely.
Okay. So we just haven't seen enough. So what he's doing is recognizable, but we just need a little more consistency. We need the second half of the year to look like the first half, and then we got to talk about it.
100%. I agree with
that. I like that. AD, you on the same page?
I think Ja right now, like we already came to a consensus that the MVP race is 3 people. No, it's a 3. No, you got to be in the top 3. You got to be in the top 3. So with that being said, he's on the outside, and right now, if I was voting, he will be number 5 on the MVP list.
Okay, me and C-Mac had him at 4 at the beginning of the show behind the scenes.
I got him at 5. I kind of got it how NBA TV got it. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see it.
Yo, AD, I'm not gonna shit on that opinion at all. This is a kid from Murray State, man. This is a kid from
Aaron said he's backstage.
Top 5 in MVP conversation right now. You dig what I'm saying? That's nothing to be upset about.
Right. He's definitely top 5.
AC Noah.
AC, okay, let me get my man
backstage.
C-Mac, talk to me about this Ja Morant situation. Is he there yet or no? Are you?
I have him at 4. I think he's so dynamic, man. He's must-see TV, so that helps, right? I think a lot of it does have to do with the team because he's 12. They were 12-2 without him. I know AC, aka Jagged Edge, is going to say that he was that they play bum teams, but he deserved to be. He's top 4, right? I think
aka Jagged Edge.
I think he's one of the best. I think he's one of the best guards. I think he's one of the best guards in the league. But here's the thing, right? Equally to his rise, like he compared to how some of the other dudes got better on the team, right? He got the same amount better as everybody else. Right? No, there's other dudes on the team that took a bigger leap than Ja. Desmond Bane, who the fuck is he, right? People like,
I knew who he was.
I know who he was, but I'm saying the casual fan doesn't know who Desmond Bane is, right? Jared Jackson Jr. is doing something more. He's driving to the basket and he's finishing, and the international dude is knocking down threes at a high clip, all without their second best player, Dylan Brooks, right? So like,
he's not their second best player.
Oh, who
he never has been.
Dylan Brooks?
Jackson.
Get out of here, DC.
He's definitely not their second best player.
Dylan Brooks is a dog. So
I didn't say he wasn't. He's not their second best player.
If you'd have said that if you'd have told me that 2 years ago, DC, I would agree with you. He's too injury prone.
Who'd you say, DC?
JJ is the second best player.
Jared Jackson. Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Jared Jackson gets hurt all the time.
I agree. Anthony Davis gets hurt all the time.
Less the injury propensity, he's their second best player.
Huh?
Less the injury propensity, he is their second best player.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
I'm thinking
no disrespect to Brooks at all. But yeah, I had JJ all the way.
We're disrespecting JJ saying Brooks is better than him.
Nah,
absolutely we are.
I understand.
Absolutely we are.
Nah, I understand what C-Mac's talking about.
I understand it too.
JJ ain't never averaged more.
Man, y'all crazy.
JJ ain't never averaged more than 16 points a game. I just seen Brooks average 20 a game last year.
JJ brings a lot to the game.
Rim protection, AD.
He does. So does Brooks. Brooks is one of the best. Brooks is one of the best on-ball defenders in the NBA.
In the NBA, that's a fact. And he's not a beta male. He's an
okay. Now with him being one of the best on-ball defenders in the league, right? What's that going to say when they get deep in the league in the playoffs? It won't mean shit because he's not slowing no one down.
They got to get there first.
I agree, but when you start meeting that talent 4 nights a week, he faced Lillard. Lillard's giving him 30 every night.
Fuck Lillard.
I'm just giving an example of somebody.
I thought you was going to use what Steph did to him last week when he came back. The nigga gave him 50.
I agree. Brooks is a dog though.
Damn.
He's a dog. He's definitely not
LeBron did a dirty one.
on that team.
So AC, this is your guy. You said it. John Morant needs to be an MVP consideration. You have your other other hosts here, your other co-panelists. No one has him higher than 4. So you're gonna have to explain to us what you're seeing that we're not. How is John Morant in the top 3 runnings for MVP?
It's clear that he's changed the culture of that garbage ass team. Like it's clear as day. So when he was gone, yes, they did win. Absolutely, in the true sense of the word. So if Russell Westbrook, the worst MVP in the last 40 years, maybe in the history of sports, can get the MVP for a 6th
much
place
more deserving
team
than Derrick Rose.
For a 6th place team with fake stats than the real stats that John Morant is putting up right now.
Did you just say fake stats? Okay, Trump.
Yeah, fake stats. So when you see John Morant, when he does stuff like the block, when he does stuff like go into the crowd and not high five the little kid in the Golden State jersey, when he does that stuff, that changes the team. So when you have the guys who you guys just debated, when you talk about them getting better, they're not better on Orlando. They're not better on Sacramento. They're better because they're with John Morant. And it's in the group, it's forever cemented. I said that when the Celtics had that when the Celtics had Kyrie, he was a player that I identified because of where he went to, because of the Murray State thing and what he was doing in Murray State. He took that garbage team and made them better. And when you see guys like a Lillard, like I said earlier, when you see people take garbage teams in college, they can do it in the pros. And Morant did that, and he's doing it with Memphis. I said you take Kyrie and you trade him to Memphis, go for Morant right then and there as Kyrie's replacement. That would have been the plan. No. You do what you have to do. Whatever you would have had to do, Kyrie and whoever, you get Memphis picks for Morant at that point.
No.
And everything that I said about Morant is coming to fruition. I said this dude's MVP. He has a great block. They beat Golden State. Now all of a sudden, nationally, they're talking about it. John Morant has been the MVP. As long as he doesn't get hurt again, he should be the MVP for this year.
He won't even be top 3, AC.
No, he's not even in the top 3, AC. The top 3 right now.
Because there's too many ESPN fans. That's why.
I'm just going off the polls. The polls is Giannis at 1, KD at 2, and Steph at 3.
How is KD?
He's above Durant. He's way above Durant.
How is KD still there?
Yo, he averaging 30 points a game. That's why the fuck he's still there.
And they're losing.
That doesn't make you an MVP.
AD.
Make you an MVP.
Oh my
AD.
God. No, he lost a couple games, cuz.
AD, throw the list away. You're a brilliant basketball mind. I want to hear your top 3 based on the definition of the award. Most valuable players. Throw that list away. Give me your most valuable players. 3 of them.
Right now, if I had to choose who should get MVP right now,
Look, give me your top 3. Most valuable, not the best players. Give me the most valuable players right now. AD's list, not the polls.
Oh, all right.
All right.
All right.
Aussie on us.
It'd be pretty easy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Giannis, KD, and I'm still gonna go with Steph Curry. Not that order, but those are my 3.
Okay, AC.
The player who has the most value in the league for their team is LeBron.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's Chris Paul.
Stop it. Booker's on that team. Yo,
Booker just came back from fucking.
If you take LeBron off the Lakers, they don't win another game for the rest of the year.
Yes, they do. Shut up. Stop it.
They don't win another game for the rest of the year. You take LeBron off that team, they don't win another game for the rest of the year.
Yes, they are.
Who they beat?
AC, give me your top 3 right now, most valuable.
It's Morant, Giannis, and Curry. And Curry is in the same boat as Morant. That team is not very good. And he's making them better.
Who's not very good? Golden State?
They're not very good.
Oh my fucking God.
Curry is very good. No, Curry is very good. They are not very good.
Yo, they are the deepest team in the NBA.
I don't think they're very good.
They're really good.
Yo, what the fuck?
So, DC,
I think Curry's very good.
DC, forget the polls, forget NBA, forget all of that. I want DC's 3 right now. Who is leading this MVP race by definition? Most valuable, not best players. Who 3 most valuable players? What's
Steph Curry
Mm-hmm.
is number 1.
Okay.
He'll probably be number 1 all year, as he should be.
He's not though. But go ahead.
There's no way Giannis is not up there.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? And no matter if James Harden is playing with KD or not, this is before
for real.
This is before Kyrie came back. I was considering him the top 3 as well, and it's definitely KD. It's KD. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. It's KD.
Yo,
KD.
Yo, 30.
Yeah.
KD,
it's not John Morant.
Nah, he's a little under 30. It's okay, bro.
He's 29 points a game. 1 less point.
It's not John
30
Morant.
points is a detriment to the basketball team.
You know,
Go on.
John Morant's doing all good, but it's not him.
Matt, give me your 3 most valuable players.
Yo, I'll give you my order.
I appreciate you.
The Giannis is 1. and he's creating distance between everybody else. Number 2 is Steph Curry because he is the offense. Okay? Like, let's make that clear. Number 3 is DeMar DeRozan.
I love that.
Yeah,
It's not DeMar DeRozan.
You love that.
Once again, that's just a trendy. That's just a trendy pick.
No, it's not the trend. I've been saying DeMar DeRozan all year before.
He has.
All right, DeMar DeRozan's ability to get to the free throw line. You take DeMar DeRozan off the floor, they become the Bulls of last year.
No, you take DeMar DeRozan off the floor, they're like the 4th seed. Like it's DeMar DeRozan is not the MVP.
I don't think so. Why wasn't it a 4th seed last year?
Because they didn't have
ball. Because they didn't have ball. That's why.
Lonzo's not killing like that, bro.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. What are you talking about?
They went 500 when they got Nurkic last week. When they got
DeMar DeRozan is excelling because he's with Lonzo, just same way he excelled when he was with Lowry.
Lonzo misses
it became trendy 2 weeks ago.
Yo,
he hit some winning shots. He's not the MVP.
DeMar's the NBA 4th quarter points. Well,
yeah,
second, actually.
Yeah,
so is Tatum. So is Tatum, and guess what? That doesn't mean anything because those are in losses. Those are in losses.
Is DeMar DeRozan the best player on the number 1 team in the Eastern Conference?
Yo, listen, that nigga.
Hold on. Is DeMar DeRozan the best player on the number 1 team in the Eastern Conference?
Yes.
Lonzo is the best player to me.
There we go.
What did you just say, AC?
I think he's the better player. I think he's the reason that they're winning.
Been on something all week.
Lonzo's the reason that they're winning.
I'm about to play one.
I understand what AC's saying. Like,
don't nobody understand what AC's saying.
I understand.
Lonzo is the reason that team is where they're at. DeMar DeRozan and the other and Levine were there with another point guard. They're not the top team in the East. Period.
Bro, DeMar DeRozan is the point guard. That's what I'm trying to tell you. DeMar DeRozan is the point guard.
Okay.
Lately he has been C-Mac.
He just magically created the ability to run a team. And what year is this? 12?
Yes, because he was in San Antonio. Last night he had 20, 12, and 7, bro. Like last year he averaged 6 rebounds a game.
When you have a player that knows what they're doing, it becomes infectious. Just like with Curry, just like with Durant.
I knew he was going to say that.
It ain't no fucking DeMar DeRozan. Please.
14 levels above fucking Lonzo Ball.
But listen to me.
Don't ever mention him with John fucking.
Lonzo Ball is more valuable to that team than DeMar DeRozan, in my opinion.
So then that piggybacks off DC's point that Chris Paul should be in the MVP race then.
I don't disagree with that. I didn't deny that. Like
in the MVP race.
Chris Paul. I have said that Chris Paul is one of the biggest statistical anomalies in all of sports. His stats say he should be one of the greatest players of all time. Like there's no question. No question. But he's missing. But he's missing something. He's missing something.
AC,
nobody can deny that.
Well, here's the thing, AC. The problem with Chris Paul is that Chris Paul is one of the most hated motherfuckers in the NBA. Motherfuckers hate Chris Paul.
That's fine. He's respected.
They hate Chris Paul. I know he's respected, but no GMs is vouching for. No, they're not elevated. You know the machine. Aaron talks about the machine all the time. He's not a product of the machine, bro. Motherfuckers hate Chris Paul.
Hey,
Yo, play
y'all, I always appreciate when y'all do this, man. Y'all mention the name and y'all say something that allows me to segue right into my next segment, and I appreciate the Chris Paul mention because I'm not sure if any of y'all were tapped in with us on Clubhouse recently. We had a conversation based on was it Chauncey Billups, DC? Who said that about Kyrie? Chauncey Billups.
Chauncey Billups.
Big shot,
A
Chauncey Billups.
journeyman point guard who knows nothing. But
Big
go ahead.
shot, Chauncey Billups
That's
said
what
that Kyrie Irving is the most skilled point guard ever, all time.
he is.
Oh, that's why AC went fucking crazy. Okay. I hate to burst your bubble, but he is.
It's not
No,
even a
he's not.
question.
Dog.
Matter of fact, we can even take the point guard out of it. He's the second best, most talented skill player ever.
Even more ridiculous statement.
Player.
Like it just layers on to the fuckery.
Now, DC, when we were on Clubhouse, I forget who said it, man. Shout out to all the guys at Clubhouse who rock with S&T. Shout out to Ian. Shout out to Fat Man. Shout out to Rain. Shout out to all those guys. The ladies who rock with us as well. Shout out to the whole S&T Clubhouse movement.
Chocolate dice.
But yo, Aaron, we can hear you, bro. Even when you whisper, we can hear you. You got headphones on.
Good. I'm glad you can.
DC that I appreciated, and it allowed the conversation to expand a little bit. Because I think Kyrie is the most skilled scoring point guard ever. But when we talk basketball, all the other facets of basketball, whether it be defense, whether it be facilitation, whether it be rebounding the ball, whether it be any of those other things, that makes it a little difficult to give it to Kyrie because he's definitely not the best in any of those categories that I just mentioned. And all of those categories are significant facets of basketball. So that welcomes in the Chris Pauls. That welcomes in maybe the Magic Johnsons, but maybe not the Magic Johnsons because Magic couldn't shoot. But for me, when I think and not like the guys we're talking.
Right.
So for me, when I think most skilled, I have to think the entire because when we say skilled, DC, naturally we think scoring, right? Because
I think everything.
Right, because
footwork, everything.
DC,
right hand.
You know, I'm always critical of Kobe, but I'm also on record saying Kobe's the most skilled player I've ever seen. Kobe could do everything very well.
LeBron is.
And that's a good
LeBron
argument.
LeBron is by far the most skilled player.
And that's a good argument too. Now that LeBron can shoot so much better, but I said this back when LeBron wasn't pulling.
LeBron can't even post nobody up.
Nigga, do y'all see fucking LeBron's footwork? That shit is ferocious. Fuck is wrong with y'all?
It's ferocious.
That shit is terrible. Cause that nigga travels all the time. Yo, I'll give it to LeBron. He works on his game. I give it to him.
LeBron don't get his shit blocked, bro. He has the worst move. He has the worst go-to move in the history of basketball. The shit don't get punched.
Yeah, he's 6'8". He's 6'8". 6'8".
Yo, listen. All right, are you going to me on this? Are you going to me on this?
Hold on, fellas. Hold on. Let me say some ground rules before we dive into this. Real quick, I'm gonna spin the mic and just get yes or no. C-Mac, Kyrie the most skilled point guard ever.
No.
Kamish?
Yes.
AD?
By far.
Yes.
AC, we already know that's a no for you. If you allow me to preface it with Kyrie is the most skilled scoring point guard ever, he absolutely is. Is he the most overall skilled point guard? No. He's not more skilled. He's not more skilled than Chris Paul. He's not a better passer than Chris Paul. He's not a better defender than Chris Paul.
He's not even a point guard. He's not even a point guard. When you say point guard, you have to factor in what point guards do, and he don't do
anything on the offensive end that a point
guard. That was a good
point.
Kyrie
can do at an elite level.
We're talking about point guard, bro.
DC, Kyrie Irving and his best is not going to be half the defender Chris Paul is ever.
Okay, I agree with that.
Never, no way, shape, form, or fashion will Kyrie be able to facilitate a team the way Chris Paul does. He
still does it. He can still do it at an elite level if he chose to.
But guys,
if he chose to,
I've never heard of Isaiah Thomas.
Hold on.
Isaiah Thomas.
DC,
have you heard of Jason Kidd?
I can win the lottery if I scratch enough tickets. What the fuck are you talking about?
It doesn't make sense.
You're talking about maybes, DC. I'm talking about definitelys.
No, we're talking about seeing things with our eyes. If he chooses to pass the ball that way and do all those, he can do all of that shit. Every other fucking point guard.
And why has he never chose to do that? In a decade.
You have zero evidence to support that, DC.
Because he wants to dribble and score, AC. That's why.
Because he can't do the other shit, DC. He can't do it at an elite level. You don't have the ability to do something, DC, and then not do it. What kind of shit? Like, what are we talking about?
Yo, let me ask a question. I really gotta.
Go ahead.
I really want to ask a question, right? Because like I was working and stuff. I was in and out of the Facebook Messenger wars that y'all was having about this.
Me too, AD.
So like,
shout out to Les. You fucking suck.
Yeah. so my thing is, right, because people have different criterias for skills.
And there isn't. That's the problem. But go ahead.
I said in the clubhouse.
I need to know what's the criteria. And AC it is, because if that's
there's no criteria.
But AC, every analyst on TV has said Kyrie Irving is the most skillful player.
There's okay. So you're talking about like a Jason Williams who said that the Celtics just hired their first black coach.
No,
they don't know what the fuck that they're talking about.
I'm talking about
Jalen Analyst, it doesn't necessarily mean Jalen Williams. He just said that Brown and Tatum have played excellent together.
Player that got called in on the call? We called him an NBA player the other day. He vouched for this very thing.
Again, NBA players are not good GMs. They don't know other basketball talent, and that's been No, it's not better.
Was it Randolph Childress?
No, it
wasn't.
It was his son.
It wasn't somebody. It wasn't.
No, it's a nigga that plays in the league right now.
Yeah, it wasn't a name.
Langston,
it was somebody
Galloway Langston.
Yeah, if you saw his name, you'd recognize it. But it's not someone.
Langston Galloway?
Langston Galloway.
Yeah,
the backup.
Something like that. Yeah.
He jumped on and vouched and said that shit. And then said, yeah, Kyrie's an elite shooter.
And then the dude said again, if you compare, somebody said that Larry Bird and Kyrie are the same level of shooter. That is ridiculous. If you watch the game, you know that when Kyrie shoots a three, hey, it might go in. Cool. If you watch Larry Bird shoot, you expect it to go in. That's an elite shooter. When you watch Steph Curry shoot the basketball, you expect it to go in. That is an elite shooter.
I agree with AC. Right?
That's an elite shooter.
What does Kyrie Irving do that Steph Curry can't do?
Is that what you say?
Look, that pause is too fucking long. Like, we should just stop the conversation.
I didn't hear what he said.
What does Kyrie Irving do that Steph Curry can't do?
He does it better than Steph.
He does what better than Steph?
The skill portions?
What?
Skill portions?
Steph Curry's ball handling is incredible, right?
The only thing is not
Hold on. Listen, let me land my point.
Go ahead, C-Mac.
No one in the history of basketball has ever given Kyrie Irving the amount of capital that as an offensive player that Steph Curry gets. Steph Curry dimes better. Steph Curry defends better now. Steph Curry is able to get his shot off against multiple people. No one has ever said that Kyrie Irving was the offense. When Kyrie Irving leaves teams, they get better. When Steph Curry leaves teams, they decline.
I know why, but that has nothing to do with
It's a perfect point. It's a perfect point.
That has nothing to do with skill.
That has nothing to do with
skill. That has everything to do with skill.
That has everything to do with skill.
No,
I put the definition of skill in the definition of a skill.
Part of having skills is what you do with the skills, bro.
That's not always true.
That is always true.
Having skill and
Jonathan Bender was one of the most skilled high school players I've ever seen.
Yes, definitely. I played against Jonathan Bender. Definitely.
Drew Holiday is one of the most skilled players.
AD, you saw Jonathan Bender play in high school, right?
That nigga was official.
He was official.
C-Mac, you're talking about the way skill translates into NBA winning basketball. That's not what this conversation is. This conversation is take this player, put them on the court by themselves, and analyze their skill set.
No. So if you're a welder, right, and you're the best fucking welder in the world, but everything that you build falls apart, are you a skilled welder?
Yo.
How the fuck would it fall apart?
Yo,
there you go.
That makes zero
There you
sense.
go. If you can't do anything with that skill, if you're a welder and you could put shit together better than anybody else in the world, but you don't know how to connect the dots and make it work and make a building or make a fabrication, you are not a skilled welder. Kyrie Irving has two elite skills. That does not translate into being the most skilled point guard ever. He can't defend. He doesn't
Aaron,
shoot better than Curry. What Corey said was exactly right.
It was.
And I don't understand why we're still arguing.
It was not because you're still trying to translate the skill into winning.
I'm not translating shit. A skill, as defined by the dictionary, is something that you do, that you work on and get better. He has not gotten better.
Steph Curry, y'all like the aesthetics of Kyrie. Y'all like the
Curry cannot do what Kyrie Irving can do.
Yes, he can. He can do everything that Kyrie Irving can do.
You know what makes Steph Curry more skilled?
When have you seen Steph Curry post up?
Hold on. The fact that he can almost.
You've never seen Steph Curry post up.
No, hold on.
Is Kyrie Irving an elite post player? Is that what we're saying now? Is Kyrie Irving an elite post player?
Man. The fuck do y'all?
Is that what you're saying? Because I've seen Marcus Smart post up. So are you saying that Marcus Smart is a skilled post player? Is that what the fuck you're saying?
Yo, are you really questioning Kyrie's post game?
Are you okay? I'm asking you again. Are you saying that Kyrie is an elite post player?
Yeah, he is.
That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Kyrie is
Oh my fucking god! Oh my god!
Let me land this other point really quick.
What the fuck is
Let me land
Kyrie's an elite post player.
Corey, Noah, I'm out.
Let me land this other point really quick.
Kyrie is an elite post player. Good. Keep him going. Keep him going if you're gonna say that shit.
Yeah. Listen.
Y'all niggas go.
Tell me a time where entire teams have double and triple team Kyrie Irving.
C-Mac, you're not understanding because you're still discussing teams. This has
no. My point is that man's skill level gets him to play through double and triple teams.
No, C-Mac, the offense is literally fucking let Steph do whatever the fuck. It's read and react. It's fucking let Steph do whatever the fuck he wants. That's what the offense is.
Hold on.
That's why it looks that way.
Based on those skill sets, right? If you flip Kyrie Irving and Steph Curry, what kind of results do you get?
Is Kyrie Irving not 50, 40, 90? Is Kyrie Irving not dribble the ball better than stuff?
Bro, 3 is greater than 2. 3 is greater than 2.
Okay, and so you're saying Kyrie Irving isn't an elite three-point shooter?
Not like
he's not an elite three-point shooter. No, he's not.
The gap between Steph being a better shooter than Kyrie is greater. I mean, the gap between Steph Curry being a greater shooter than Kyrie Irving is greater than the one between him being a better ball than Kyrie being a better ball handler.
Right, but it's not just the ball handler.
But it's not just the ball handler.
C-Mac.
Steph can never do what this nigga Kyrie does with his left hand.
But Kyrie gets to do it
Never.
Nobody plays Steph one-on-one.
He can't finish. He doesn't have the same footwork as Kyrie. He doesn't have the same push as Kyrie. He doesn't have the same finishing ability as Kyrie.
They play Kyrie one-on-one. No one plays Steph one-on-one. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. That man's skill is so incredible that you can't play him one-on-one.
You keep talking about what other teams do to this man. We are not discussing what they can do on a 5-on-5 game. That's not the conversation. The conversation is put them on a basketball court by themselves and watch what they're able to do based on their individual skill set. What another team does against Steph Curry is irrelevant to the conversation.
Yo, put him on a basketball court, Steph Curry's walking out of there.
I'm looking up right now. I'm getting some Noah stats ready for you.
I'm not saying. I think Steph is better than Kyrie, but that's not what we're not saying.
Right, but he's not more skilled.
That's not what we're saying.
I think he's more skilled.
He's way more skilled.
Kobe Bryant is more skilled than LeBron, and LeBron is a way better basketball player than Kobe Bryant.
I don't think Kobe's more skilled than LeBron.
Kobe's not more skilled than LeBron. What are you talking about?
He is.
Like, I don't understand. There's no metric. There's no metric that Kobe is better than LeBron in. Give me a metric.
Have you ever seen LeBron try to score out of the post?
Give me a metric that LeBron that Kobe is better than.
You can't equate skill to metrics. What are you talking
Yes,
about?
you absolutely can.
No,
I gave you the dictionary
Ball
definition.
handling is not a metric.
A skill is a practice talent that you get. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
You want to know what's not a metric or stat? Skills.
What the fuck is happening right now? Ball handling can be measured to a metric.
Yo, that's why
you can see ball handling.
That's
you can see what Corey said. You can see that Steph Curry. Let's say that Irving is a tick above Curry in ball handling.
What?
There's nothing that Irving does in the basketball court that Steph Curry doesn't do. Period. All I'm waiting for is you telling me, in terms of a basketball translation of skill, what Irving does that's better than Curry. And I wish he had been
AC.
in that stupid clubhouse with those
AC.
idiots so he could have made that point.
AC.
It would have been over.
Who has better footwork, Kyrie Irving or Steph Curry?
Oh my God.
That's part of.
How do we know?
Yo, you want to know what footwork is?
I got a good point. Wait, let me ask you this question. So
No.
Curry,
I asked you a question.
Larry Bird
You don't get to ask
Larry
me
Bird
You don't
Larry
get to
Bird
ask
is
the question.
37%. Larry
You
Bird
don't
is
get to ask the question
37%.
until you answer my question.
I
don't
see
get to ask the
now you're
question.
copying me because I tell you that all the time. So you're stealing it.
Watch that. Watch that. C-Mac, who's got better footwork?
Steph Curry.
All right. All right.
All right. Can I land my point? The amount of time Steph Curry has the ability with his footwork to hit deep, to get to, you know how hard it is to shoot corner threes off the move? That's footwork, bro. Have you seen Steph Curry reverse pivot and use his footwork to get back to the corner?
AD, what do we do to deserve this shit?
Steph Curry is able to make shots with his feet better than anybody else. Now, y'all like the aesthetics of Kyrie Irving, right? But
It's not aesthetics. It's not the aesthetics. His ability to manipulate his feet from the post, from the dribble, from all of it.
And Steph Curry can't. Steph Curry ain't.
No, you cannot.
Steph Curry's not splitting double teams and finishing with the floater. Steph Curry ain't reverse. Yo, he don't have it's not reliant on that skill. One guy is more reliant on that skill. Hold on. One guy is more reliant on that skill than the other. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand.
No, he's not more reliant. He's more capable. He is more capable.
No.
For the both of you, especially Noah, who's the better shooter? Who's a better shooter, Larry Bird or Kyrie Irving? Kyrie Irving shoots 39% from three. Larry Bird shot 37. Who's the better shooter?
I just told you Larry Bird's a better shooter.
Okay, I heard you. What about Noah? Noah's looking off to the side.
What is the question?
Larry Bird shot 37% from three. Kyrie Irving shoots 39%. Who is a better shooter?
The same.
I didn't hear that.
They're on the same tier.
My God. Okay. See, like this is it's just ridiculous. They're on the same tier.
Yes.
Kyrie Irving is the same tier as Larry Bird.
In
your basketball brain.
There are 9 50-49 guys in history.
No, they're not.
There are guys out there that say that Kevin Durant's better than Larry Bird. That's a joke.
If you say that Larry Bird is the same level of shooter as Kyrie Irving, there's no real argument.
Huh?
AC, how many 50-49 guys have there been in history?
9 or 8.
50, and the reason that I'm asking you that is because you're only going by stats like you do all the time. If the stats say that Kyrie Irving is a 2% shooter,
this is quantifiable by a metric. Shooting.
Exactly.
Skills are not quantifiable by metrics. You can quantify shooting with metrics.
So Kyrie Irving, according to the stat, is a 2% better shooter than Larry Bird.
According to the production, according to what they actually do on a basketball court, it has been
Kyrie Irving is a better shooter than Larry Bird.
I never said that.
According to what they do on the basketball court, according to the stat, Kyrie Irving is a better shooter than Larry Bird.
I just told you they're on the same tier. How many 3-point shots?
They ain't the same tier. They ain't the same tier because the stats say that Kyrie Irving's better.
1 3-point attempt.
Yeah, I'm about to say that.
For his career. One. He takes 1 3-point shot a game.
There you go. You're making you did this last week, and the other dude did it last week. It's the same point that I'm talking about. You have to look at the whole picture.
Right. So
the whole picture.
AC, hold on.
You know how easy it is to shoot 37%.
Hold on, Noah.
It's very easy, AC.
Noah.
Oh my God.
Do you believe
it's harder? It is harder. Why don't you understand that?
What the fuck are you talking about right now?
You don't understand the math. You really don't. Look at your ally. Look at your ally. Look at your ally.
If you shoot 1 3 a game, it is much easier to have a higher conversion rate than if you shoot 10 of them.
No, it's not.
Now,
No, it's not.
now,
You
this
don't
is my-
understand statistics.
Now, hold on.
You don't.
No,
Yo,
this is my thing.
insane.
I think
Your hat is too tight on your head. You have
hold on,
lost
no,
your mind.
This
hold
is
on,
just
no,
like
no,
last.
no,
This is just like last
no,
week. You're
no,
off on a tangent. You don't know what you're talking about.
This is
Jesus
what
Christ,
hold
yo.
on.
Let
So this is
AD
my-
go. Go ahead.
Now, listen, right? If you're gonna go with that metric, right? As a person who played basketball, right, who has played as a starter, 6 men, right? When you have less shots, it's more pressure. Just
No,
like
AD, he didn't have less shots. He had less 3-point shots. He shot all fucking game.
That's less shots, less 3-point shots. It is
Let me-
harder.
let me
You're
land it.
stuck. You're
AC,
fucking stuck, and you won't
AC,
disadmit.
no sense.
AC,
It
hold on.
does make sense.
AC, Noah, hold on. Let me explain something to you. When no one should
I
ever
don't even want to
fix their
talk
mouth.
about this.
No one should ever fix their mouth to say that Kyrie Irving is a more skilled player than Larry Bird because for what you give Kyrie credit for as a finisher, Larry Bird did it left hand, right hand, over the left shoulder, right shoulder, off penetration, wrapping around, throwing the shit over his head, shooting the shit over the backboard. Even when he shot over the backboard, that shit, motherfuckers that saw Larry Bird is like, yo, this shit's going in. So you cannot ever fix your mouth to say that anybody is better than Larry Bird when it comes to that skill level that y'all are giving Kyrie.
Larry Bird is not in the conversation of skill with Kyrie Irving.
Oh my God!
It's not.
It's a new generation.
Larry Bird is very, very
Larry
gifted.
Bird had 40-something points with his left hand.
Left hand. I know. We know the story, fam. We've heard it 1,000
I
times.
swear, if Ricky Davis averaged, I don't even want it. I can't deal with it. It just doesn't. This is a conversation. This might be the worst basketball argument I've ever had. This Kyrie Irving thing.
You say this
when it's clear as day.
AC,
it's clear.
man.
No, I've never said this before. Never said it.
You know why it's such a bad conversation?
Come on, man.
Because this motherfucker told me to tell him the metrics on fucking skills. That's why it's a bad conversation.
No, you don't get it. You don't understand stats.
No,
and you don't understand what a skill is. You refuse to look at the definition. You refuse to look at the definition of a skill.
Corey, let me ask you a question as a coach, right? Right? When you have your star player, right? And like, let's say you're 6 men, right? He's basically a starter, but he's a 6 man because he can handle it, right? Yeah. He can handle the pressure that the weight you're gonna put on him, right? So when you shoot less shots, right? Isn't it like when you say it's harder?
The margin for error is smaller. The margin for error is smaller.
Right. And that's why I was saying to you, Noah. That's what AC was trying to say to you.
I'm a humble myself and say that you guys might be more versed than me in basketball. But let me tell you what none of you motherfuckers are more versed than me in fucking numbers. This is not a fucking argument.
I'm more versed than you in numbers.
No, you're not. Not even
you
close.
Just like numbers. You just like them. You don't actually love the numbers. You don't understand the meaning behind the number.
You're a writer with a lot of funny hats.
Yo,
first of all, none of my hats are funny.
They're ridiculous.
But
you look like.
But you like numbers. You are the person. You're the same person that said that Rudy Gay and James Worthy are the same level of scorer because they both scored 19 points a game.
If you average one 3-point shot a game for your career, how many shots do you have to make to shoot 50% from 3?
5 for 10, man.
No. Yeah. You have to make one. You shoot one a game. You shoot one a game. How many do you have to make a game to be a 50-point career shooter from the 3?
What are you talking? See, you don't understand the numbers, dude.
One shot.
No, if you made one a game, then you'd be 100% shooter. Like that doesn't make.
AC, I'm talking to someone who doesn't have anything restricting blood flow to their brain. Right
if you shot one attempt a game and you made one, you're 100% shooter. That's the number. That's the number.
Right.
I'm talking about what you just said. You asked me how much you would have to shoot to be 50%. If you shot one a game, there's only 2 outcomes. You're either 0 or 100. That's what you don't understand about the numbers.
AC,
you don't understand how to extrapolate them further.
AC, please tell me the exact number of attempts Larry Bird averages of 3-point shots a game. It's not just one. It's 1 point something, AC. You know why? Because you have to average it out over a 13-year career, AC.
God.
So, AD, here's the point.
Three of us understand that you're wrong, but AD just don't want to say it. You're just wrong. You're completely and utterly wrong.
This is very simple.
This is one time I wish I used narcotics so I could just get high and forget you. Because you don't know what you're talking about.
The more shots you take, the more difficult it is to be efficient. The more shots you take, the more difficult it is for you to be efficient. So the guy who takes more shots and still manages a more efficient clip is better in that respective category. And it's not a matter of debate. It is a fact. When you shoot 10 3-point shots a game.
So there you go. You're saying that Kyrie Irving, what you just said, by what you just said, Kyrie Irving shoots more threes. He makes them at a higher clip. So you're saying that Kyrie Irving is a better shooter than Larry Bird.
3-point shooter.
There you go. And then you're crazy.
That's
simple as that. It's nice and immortalized on StreamYard and on everything. It's not for debate. You are absolutely and utterly crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna need that clip.
You have no.
Yeah. Please. Please.
What data? What data do you have to support your cockamamie idea? What data?
It's not cockamamie. It's not
what
cockamamie.
What data do you have? Nothing.
If you're saying Kyrie Irving is a better, there's nothing to argue. I quit. I can't argue with you.
You can't because you have no facts to support what the fuck you're trying to say.
If you think that Kyrie Irving, if you think that Kyrie Irving is a better shooter, Marcus Smart. Hold on, what's Marcus Smart's percentage? Let me check this real quick.
You don't have
what's Marcus Smart's percentage?
I can tell you this because I already know it. I don't have
so Marcus Smart and all these people are better shooters than Larry Bird. Okay, like I said. There's no argument with that. You're Delonte West. You're Delonte West. We're gonna have an intervention with you. You're going to be on the streets of Dallas. You know what you're talking about. You're just a raving lunatic.
In shitty opinion. Do you have anything other than
nobody on the face of the earth is going to say that Kyrie Irving, except for fellow clubhouse yahoos.
None of that. All I'm asking you is to provide.
Shout out to my guy Les for the Yahoo.
Provide me some evidence and not your shitty opinion to support what you're saying because you have none.
My brain. It has watched Larry Bird shoot the basketball and has watched Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving shoot the basketball.
It is no good.
Okay. If you're saying that Kyrie Irving is a better shooter than Larry Bird.
Yeah, what's the next topic though?
AC,
there we go. What's the next topic?
Will your opinion be worth more than the facts? Thank you.
Okay.
Moving forward, fellas.
Kyrie Irving is a better shooter than Larry Bird.
No one said that. I said he's a better 3-point shooter, and that's based on the facts.
Better 3-point shooter. Okay.
He is. It's a fact. based on the data, not your opinion or your mind. Because boy,
please let me get some narcotics. Fentanyl, whatever I need.
No fentanyl.
We're gonna keep it Kyrie. We're gonna keep it Kyrie.
Oh God.
There's a hell of a game going on right now. We got the number 1 seed in the East against the number 2 seed in the East. My guys are full strength. We got all 3 of our guys going. Excuse me, we're not full strength. We don't have Joe Harris. Joe will be back soon. Fellas, I know the game is going on right now, but what are we predicting in terms of this big game tonight?
Who gives a shit?
I think the Nets win big. And I don't think they're better than Chicago right now. I just think they win big. And the reason I think they win big is,
oh God, KD.
A little bit of an adrenaline going. They have Kyrie back, but I don't think that. I think when Chicago is like full strength, I think they'll be a little bit better. Actually, and Chicago has a better coach.
Would you say?
Chicago has a better coach. I like Donovan is better for Nash.
You like Billy Donovan?
He's better than Nash. Nash is the worst, bro.
Billy Donovan?
Billy Donovan sucks, but yeah.
Billy Donovan is trash, bro. But there's no one worse than Steve Nash, bro.
Yo, look at AD face.
Kyrie, remember, Kyrie said that he's the coach.
I got a personal with Billy Donovan though.
Yo, I'm about to say, AD, you got a personal.
AD got a personal with Billy Donovan. But the bottom line is that Billy Donovan he sucks, but he's better than Nash.
Time will tell.
At At
Nash
any
ain't
point,
a coach.
Nash has two superstars on the court, and he gets blown out by they can be getting blown out because he misuses timeouts. He doesn't call any inbounds play. He doesn't call any inbounds plays to get KD a better look. It's always this high degree of difficulty. Shit, get KD a layup. Get somebody a layup. Not so fucking falling out of bounds 3-point shot.
Yo, what's his name left, yo? Then Tony left?
Probably.
No, I'm serious. Then Tony left it.
Yeah, he did. Yes.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you, and that's exactly what it is. See, Mac, you just hit it right there. That's what their continuity is missing. The fluency of their passing.
Yeah. Oh, that early action, everything is like.
Yeah. Because even when you watch I'm about to call it, when you watch Brooklyn play,
Jersey.
You heard me. I was about to call him that. So when you watch them play, it's a lot more one-on-one. But at the end of the day, they do got three of the best one-on-one players in the NBA.
I was going to say, how do you not play to your strengths? That's who you have.
But at the same time, that's not what they was doing last
year. You got to get them easy action, man. Early work,
man. Like last year, I was with when
Harden first got there, right?
Right, like they're beating people on efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're so it's gonna be so hard to beat them because they're so efficient.
It was the most efficient offensive season in NBA history.
Right. But now, without all the movement of Joe Harris and all that, the continuity is not there.
Yo, and I ain't gonna hold you, AD. We're seeing the difference in not having a Jeff Green.
That's true. Jeff Green was balling for y'all.
Yo, he hit 3 or more threes in 18 games last year.
Bro, I was hurt that we couldn't. I mean, not for nothing, AD. Out of a 15-man roster, there's 9 new guys on this team from last year. Mm-hmm. More than half of our team is brand new, and of course,
don't make no excuses. They got 3 superstars out there.
Yeah, and they played 6 quarters together all season. We're halfway through the season. They played 6 quarters.
Hey, tell your man, get the job. He'll be all right.
Nah, I'm gonna hit him after this.
Yo, at the end of the day,
the fake joint.
At the end of the day, it's Harden and Kyrie. We know what KD's gonna do. It's 30 light.
Does his game really translate to winning though?
Who?
KD.
It does. It absolutely does.
He has a winning formula, but I get what Corey's saying. Does he translate to it?
Yeah.
No, he does without Harden and Kyrie. Absolutely.
I feel like KD he's underachieved. I keep telling y'all that. I think for what we think he can do, KD by all rights should have a better career than LeBron.
Yo, C-Mac, it's up here.
Yeah, it is. Oh, nothing to do with that.
He doesn't have the will to go out there, and he doesn't exert his will. He goes out there.
Oh my God!
No. AC. Listen.
You'll see KD at the end of the game. He'll have 36 and won't even be sweating.
No. I was going to say something about he doesn't exert his will. Yeah, the same way Kyrie doesn't pass, doesn't shoot, doesn't do all these other things. So, yeah, I get what you're saying. I understand it.
AC, I bludgeoned you under the moonlight this evening all night.
Wait, let me talk about this game. Let me talk about this.
In the most respectful of fashions.
Brooklyn, to me, with the way that they had set it up, with Harden being the facilitator and KD being the lead dog, that's a winning formula. That's a winning team. As I said, and tonight they're up 9 right now. With Kyrie in there, he is a detriment to that basketball team. I think if he doesn't play, they go to the finals. If he's on the team, that now puts 3 players that gives you more of a chance for one of them to be injured. I don't see how they're going to get through the season without a major injury to one of those 3. But if they're all healthy and Kyrie is playing during the playoffs, I don't see them getting through Chicago. I don't see them getting through a gauntlet of Chicago, Milwaukee, and one of the lower teams. I think they have a tough time in the first round, and then second round they're done. But with KD and Harden, I think that's a very solid team that I like to watch. Very simple.
Thank you for more of nothing. Appreciate it.
It's everything.
C-Mac, you said Brooklyn wins big tonight. AD, who wins? What do you forecast for this game tonight?
I got. I mean, the game's on, but I got the Nets winning by 6.
Nets win by 6. I'll take it. I think we win by a little more. We got a nice little lead now. Kyrie hasn't even gotten going yet. Yeah, Brooklyn for sure. You already know that. Fellas, last topic of the night, man. And I kind of just cooked this up at the beginning of the show. I was having this conversation. I've had this conversation a couple times.
Yeah.
Hey, do me a favor. Sit back a little bit. You're cutting your head off. Thank you. Appreciate you, brother.
I forgot who this family is.
I've had this conversation recently a couple of times at my barbershop. I think I had it in Clubhouse. I've had it enough for me to want to bring it up on here. I want to talk about which player has had the best teammates, the best supporting casts, the best co-stars. Which player has been most fortunate in terms of their supporting casts all time?
If you're just going by the results in Hall of Fame, Bill Russell, technically. I mean, those Celtics teams, and again, I know that some people discount it, but to me, it is harder to be on a team where you've got 8 Hall of Famers.
Fair point, AC. Fair point. I forgot about that, but let's keep it modern era. Modern era. For the sake of the conversation. Because if not, then you're absolutely right, just based on the facts.
I mean, you would have to say Jordan. You would have to say Durant. Durant has had some he's played with 3 MVPs. 3. Has anybody else played with 3 other MVPs, including himself? So there's 4 now on one team. To me, it's Durant, because I know people will bring up LeBron, but LeBron's teammates and other teams were not good. So you had Kevin Love and you had all those other guys, Kyrie, under 500 by himself. LeBron,
first 7 years.
LeBron made them better.
Larry Hughes is point guard, bro.
Yeah, 35-year-old Antoine Jameson in a sling.
Yeah. To me, when I really think about it, when you're talking modern, it's Kevin Durant, and there's no question. Yeah, there's no question it's Kevin Durant.
I say Magic.
No, not Magic. Who did Magic have? Magic had Kareem.
Magic was drafted onto a team with 3 guys putting up 60 a night.
Magic had Kareem.
When he was drafted to a team that had 3 guys that were putting up 60 a night. Yeah,
and made them better as a rookie.
We're not talking about what the team did, AC. I know you have a difficult time dissecting it. We're just talking about the individual.
Durant had 3 MVPs. There was more talent with who Durant played. He had 3 MVPs. 3. Who? Westbrook, Harden, and Curry.
Yeah.
He's played with 3 MVPs. Magic never played with 3 MVPs. No one else has played with 3 MVPs like that. It is Durant by far.
I have Magic and Durant. Those are my top 2, but you make a fair point. I forgot it was 3. It is 3. He's played with 3.
It's 3 guys, and then if you count Clay, if you count Clay, and then you count Green,
now and Kyrie,
and Ibaka was decent for a little while. Did he play with Ibaka, or was he Ibaka. Already gone?
That's what it was. They chose Ibaka over Harden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he played with Ibaka. He played with. Was Adams there too?
Steven Adams, yeah.
No.
Yeah, please. It's Durant. Like when you think it's Durant. It's Durant.
Yeah, Steven Adams was there.
Yeah, Durant. Durant has had incredible teammates.
So who was the center after Perk? Because KD played with Perk. And then there was
Adams.
Perk was there, but I think Adams was there. There
was Nick Collison.
Remember Steven Adams didn't fuck with KD after he left? He made a statement. I don't fuck with after that shit went down.
I can't wait.
Yeah, so LeBron played with Wade. Was Wade ever an MVP? No. I mean, Wade, of course, is incredible, but Wade, I don't count Bosh as incredible. I don't count Love as incredible. You know what I feel about Kyrie. I mean, LeBron on this, and that's again, it goes back to the problem I have with NBA fans. The lazy fan is going to say LeBron because they see what ESPN. Oh, look at LeBron. But when you break down his teammates, and when you break down Durant's teammates, or Kawhi was a kid on those final, Tony Parker, Ginobili, Duncan teams. and then he had Siakam and those guys. So Kawhi has had better players than LeBron.
Like longevity wise, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, like Kawhi was a kid on those Spurs teams.
Steven Adams' first year with OKC was 2013. He was there with KD.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's Durant.
Before we go, how y'all feel about Kyrie's comments about Nazir Little?
What did he say?
He's a big Nazir Little. There's a ball on the floor. He dove for it. Kyrie's ankle got rolled. He's like, man, he came out. He was like, man, I don't think people should be. I don't think it was the right play to make. Blah blah blah. You're gonna hurt somebody. I usually fuck with Kyrie, but I ain't fucking with that at all. Man.
Well, you got to remember he lost his playoffs last year by Giannis making a play that was totally unnecessary and running underneath him on a rebound that he had no chance at. So I get it. He's shell shocked. He just lost his playoffs to Giannis running underneath him behind him.
It's a physical game, bro.
But that's not a physical play. That's a play that doesn't. That's a play that shouldn't be happening.
Diving on the floor.
No, I'm talking about the Giannis play. You got to understand.
No, I'm talking about the play that I was getting shell shocked.
I didn't see Nasir dive at his ankles, but again, you're talking to someone who's shell shocked from just losing his season based on an ankle injury.
Kyrie ain't thinking about that season. He was happy as hell. He was out.
No, he wasn't. No,
he's injured every other year. It was nothing new. I don't understand.
Injuries aren't a matter of fortune like that. AC, that doesn't make sense. When someone runs underneath you, you're going to get injured. I don't care who you are. If Giannis runs that size 19 underneath you and you don't see him while you're grabbing a rebound and he runs up behind you, you're going to come down on his foot and you're going to roll your ankle, no matter who you are. Jordan, LeBron, whoever, same fortune would have taken place. Did we lose AC?
Yeah,
he had to get his point out and dip. He's back.
Fellas, did I miss anything? Anything else we were supposed to touch on today?
Yeah, we just want to go.
Oh yeah, hold on. I didn't get my shit off yet. Hold on. I have to think about that.
Oh, my fault. Pardon me, AD.
So I had KD, I had Magic.
Yeah.
Are we just talking about superstars?
Nah, just overall help. Help.
Rajon Rondo.
It's not a bad call.
Rajon Rondo has played with over 200,000 points in the NBA.
Yeah, but he's not a lead guy, so he is the help.
That's why
he is the help. So that's different.
I mean, if we talk about superstars, like that's why.
No, I mean, Rondo's a big enough name. It's not like you said fucking Scalabrini. No, Rondo's a big enough name to mention.
Oh, that's not fair because then it's Steve Kerr. Then you're adding a whole bunch of other players. Then you're adding players like Ori and Kerr.
I never said superstar. I said which player.
No, you said you had the most help. And if Rondo is the help, he couldn't have had help.
But I think that's a little disrespectful to Rondo because he was an important piece of that play. Like I wouldn't call him help.
So was Derek Fisher. So was Steve Kerr. They are the help.
Right, but see, that's not what I necessarily consider help. When KG says Rondo was the most important part of that thing, and he says that publicly, I don't think it's fair to call him the help.
Rondo was the help between Paul Pierce, Ray Allen. Like, come on, what's KG going to? I mean, KG.
The reason why I
Rondo's
said that,
the help.
The reason why I said that because you got to look right. You got 30,000+ from Shaq. You got 26,000 from KG. You got 25,000 from Paul Pierce. He also played on
bad teams too, though.
That's not my fault. That's too bad.
That adds so many more players, though. That definitely adds Ori.
I just think everybody that the Celtics played with.
I don't think anyone beats KD. Three league MVPs.
Yeah, I don't think anyone beats him.
Right. I mean, names that definitely surfaces other names. Steve Kerr's for sure. Shit, you might even get a Dennis Rodman mentioned in there in terms of what he was.
Oh my God, Rodman! Yeah. Rodman is Isaiah Dumars. He's with the Pistons. He was with Robinson. Then he goes to the Bulls.
Yeah,
he's on the Bulls, and then he finished up. Then he finished up with the Lakers.
Yeah, with Shaq.
Yeah. Again, that changes things. Like, I mean, I personally count him as a lead guy. But and so you could throw him in there, but I know a lot of people don't. which I hate.
All right,
But,
when you're the greatest ever at something, you have to be.
What about you just take the best 5 players, the best starting 5 that somebody else played with?
it's Durant. It's still Durant.
Right. That's what I'm saying, right? If you take the best starting 5 that Magic Johnson, that all these dudes play with, right? LeBron. Who's the best starting 5 LeBron ever played with, right? Wade, Kyrie,
Mario Chalmers.
Wade, Kyrie, Bosh, and Love, right? If you're LeBron.
Well, again,
AD,
are you counting only primes? Because
and
LeBron
Jonas
played with Shaq.
Ilgauskas.
No, LeBron played with Shaq, so you would throw Shaq.
No, but he didn't play with Prime Shaq.
That's what I mean. What are we counting? Because if you're counting starting 5, Kawhi with an old Duncan, that counts. Kawhi with an old Tony Parker.
That's why I counted Rondo. Because look at Rondo, he got a lot of niggas, man. He got them on the way.
But Curry, not Curry. Ori would have that. Steve Kerr would definitely have that.
Yeah, we got to go with superstars.
Yeah, you got to go with top guys.
Yeah, you go with superstars.
Okay.
Because who did? Yeah, who's that guy?
Hey, what about throw James Jones in there? James Jones was getting around on the championship team.
Yeah,
I was thinking.
I got another one, John Sally.
Okay.
Yeah, Sally would be up there. We'd have Magic and those guys.
He got
Detroit.
Magic. He got Detroit. He got Mike. Remember, he got a ring with Chicago. He got
Robert. There you go. Robert Parrish. If you count Robert Parrish, he's got Chicago. Yeah. He's got Golden State. I forgot who's the lead guy in Golden State that year that Parrish played before he was traded. Damn, I can't remember. But you would count Parrish on there.
I still want to know how Boston got that first overall pick to send over to Golden State to get Parrish.
They cheated because they cheated, and you can't do it anymore. They cheated twice. They cheated for Bird and they cheated for Parrish. And they changed, and the NBA they changed the rules. They said, "Yo, you can't do this shit," and you can't do it anymore because they Red Auerbach, the genius that he was, he knew what he was doing. He knew when other teams were like, "Yeah, we're not playing with black people." Red Auerbach essentially cheated then too. He went, okay, I agree that we won't play with black people, and then he went and drafted a whole bunch of black people, and said, yeah, I'm just going to use them. Y'all got to deal with it. Like that's what he did, and I really wish people would research that more because the motherfucker was bad. Like he did a whole bunch, everything that Belichick is doing. Red Auerbach did.
AC, your whole head's cut off. Sit back for me. Please.
Yeah, everything that Belichick is doing and with his cheating. Red Auerbach did, except he did it more openly and didn't care. Like he didn't even try to hide the shit. He was doing all kinds of crazy shit.
But the locker room shit was a real thing.
Yeah, he was doing all kinds of shit, all kinds of stuff, and all of this is in like books, and they talk about it openly. They say, "Oh yeah, we do this, we did that." Red Auerbach was doing some shit beyond.
It was a thing. Don't shower at the garden and bring your minks. Don't shower at the garden and bring your minks.
Man,
that shit was a warehouse.
Fellas, man, I certainly appreciate y'all making time out on a Wednesday for me. Each and every Wednesday, man, I surely appreciate the time. Hope y'all and your families are well. Everybody, we appreciate you tapping in. Excellent show today, fellas. I appreciate the energy. We back at this next Wednesday. Yo, AD, we got to get back to our list, man. We got our 75 narrowed down. We've been bullshitting. We got a lot of stuff going on, man. It's mid-season, so it's okay. We got a lot of stuff.
We forgot the All-Star. We forgot the All-Star. We got to do that next week.
Yeah. Listen, when we do that list, I need you to have 2 bottles with you to settle your little hype ass down.
I'll abscond from that list. It's already invalid. You got Westbrook. You got all these people.
Tell them why you mad, son. Tell them why you mad.
Dirty cop. He's like, yeah, you got all your people in
Yeah,
there.
it's just.
Hey man, I certainly appreciate it, man. It's
53-47. 53-47 now. Chicago's coming back. Because Chicago has a real point guard. But
they're gonna lose. Appreciate y'all, man.
The Brooklyn Nets are the worst third quarter team in basketball.
Doesn't matter. We're still gonna win the chip. SNT podcast. It's Wednesdays. It's basketball. AD, AC, C-Mac, your man Noah. We out of here. Certainly appreciate you.
Shout out to Jagged Edge.
Make sure you tap in with the mission.
You know. I almost punched that dude in the face. The twin.
Fellas. Save your rounds for next week. Make sure you tap in with us, man. StNTalkSports.com, SNT Sports across all social media platforms. We are the intersection of sports and culture. Tap in with us on Clubhouse. Shout out to my man Smooth over there doing this thing. See what we got going on YouTube. Check us out on Facebook. SNT is the movement. You already know what it is. Yeah.
He left. I was going to tell him.